Hey guys, as you can probably already tell by the title of this video, you probably know what this video is going to be about, and that is why in God's green earth is M. Night Shyamalan still able to make movies. My history with him started with a little movie called The Sixth Sense. When that movie came out, I remember going to the theaters with my friends because I think it already released and then I heard good things about it through television and just people I knew who went to go see it, and I just wanted to see it. I do have a ticket stub of the film The Sixth Sense, child right there. 425. My God, that's how cheap tickets used to be. But yes, there you go. September 29th, 1999. The Sixth Sense. I saw this movie when it released in theaters, and I have to say it's one of the movies that I remember seeing as a youngling at that time and being just completely in awe with the film. I remember seeing it that one time and then going to see it several times and then, watching it several times again on television, and I remember renting it and showing it to people. I was just almost really obsessed with this film because it was the first movie that I remember going to see in the theater that had a ending to it that I wasn't expecting, and I just ended up loving just him as a director because of that. And I gave any movie that came out after that a chance. I went to the theater to see that. The next one that he did was Unbreakable. Again, I went to go see that in theaters. There you go. How much is the ticket? Oh, look at $5.79 ticket price. It went up a little bit. Was this like a year later? Unbreakable. Went to go see that. I really enjoyed that film. I'm like, wow, this is another great film of his. He's just doing a great job. After that, of course, I have to say is probably my second favorite. I don't know. It's a toss-up between Sixth Sense and Signs, which I personally loved. I remember seeing that movie several times as well. Unfortunately, I can't find my ticket stub for that film, but I did see it in theaters when it came out, and I just remember loving it. And I remember dragging my parents to go see it with me. Because I remember I went to go see it with my friends, and then I told my parents, oh my God, this movie was unbelievable. You guys have to go see it. And I normally never did that with my parents at that time, but that's like one of those movies that I told them they had to go to the theater to see because I remember just loving it. So again, three great movies that I saw from him, and he just started becoming one of my favorite directors, one of my favorite directors at that point, the ones that I was willing to go see his films because I thought whatever he put out was going to be great. I mean, I remember comparing him at that time to Alfred Hitchcock. I remember feeling like he was the Alfred Hitchcock of modern time because not only did he have these movies that were thrillers, but they also had these twists to them, and then he also did his little cameos in his film. So he was very Alfred Hitchcock in that sense, and I always admire him for that because I've always been a Alfred Hitchcock fan. So seeing this guy who's almost similar to him in a lot of ways, I had nothing but, great respect for him as a director, as a screenplay writer, as everything that I, as a moviegoer, like to see. And then this movie happened, The Village. Also saw it in theaters when it first came out. How much is the ticket price? $7. Okay, it's going up now. So The Village, I remember when I saw the trailer to it, I was so excited for this movie. Like, I was obsessed. Me and my friend, who was also a fan of his, me and him, we were just like giddy schoolgirls. I remember going on the website for the film several times throughout the course of when I saw the trailer to when it released. I was just really upset. Like every day I would go on the website for it and just look at certain things. I was just so pumped for this movie. I was so excited to see this film. And I remember going to the theater and being like, oh my God, I've been waiting for this for so long. I can't wait to see it. And then I watched it and my heart dropped by the end of the film because it started out well and then it just fell apart by the end of the movie. But it fell apart in a point that I was disappointed, and I was like, you know what? There were certain things in the movie that I really enjoyed. I mean, the visuals, visually the movie was stunning. The acting was good. The music was good. It was just the story itself was just what fell apart for me. And I remember being really disappointed with the movie, but not enough to be like, I hated that film or that I just despise Shyamalan as a director or didn't have any faith in him to do a good job with his next film. And then it happened. I saw Lady in the Water in theaters. I don't even have a ticket stub for that, and I'm pretty sure I probably threw that away because after I saw that movie, I was so disappointed in him and that film, and I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but whatever faith I had in him definitely got lost with that film because I really disliked that movie, and I lost hope because of that film because it was really disappointing. And then finally the happening happened, and that movie was also terrible. And during that time, I remember when the happening was coming out, Shyamalan was off making a website, and I actually knew somebody who was working on his website. He worked for Lightmaker, which is the company that made his website. And I remember my friend explaining to me that he was just in a meeting with him, not personally, they were through phone, and he was explaining how he wanted the website to look. He wanted the website to be like something like eerie and mysterious and like a thriller type thing. And if you go to the website now, it looks like that. But he's not like that anymore. I feel like he lost his way of what he was, and what I envisioned him to be was, again, a modern Alfred Hitchcock, which what most of his movies, even towards The Happening, were like that. But then he did The Last Airbender, which that movie was horrendous, and it completely strayed away from what he was so known to do, which were films they were thrillers, they had a twist to it, you know, there was something interesting to the story. Now he was doing movies about, or he's doing a movie about, based on a cartoon, and now we have him now today doing a movie, or did a movie called After Earth, which is again another almost sci-fi, not very in the genre of what we or I was used to seeing of him, and what he almost presented himself to be as a writer and a director. He just seemed to, like, I don't know, it's like almost like he doesn't have a direction of what he wants to be or what he wants to do with his films anymore. Seems like once he hit that peak with those other previous films that did well, he just lost his way as a director, as a screenplay writer, as the envision of who he is as a creator. At this point, I really do not want him to make any more movies. I don't want him to touch any more movies, produce any more movies, write a screenplay, direct a film. I want him to stay completely clear from a theater for the next 15 or 10 years. Just stay away, because obviously he has lost his edge, and he needs to go sit down somewhere and think it through. It's just frustrating to see him go from, you know, some pretty damn good movies, especially The Sixth Sense and Signs and Unbreakable, and even The Village was a pretty decent movie. Even though I was disappointed with it, it was still a lot better than anything he's been putting out lately. I just want him to take a break and stop making films, and I want studios and whoever else who's funding him or encouraging him to make movies to go also sit down somewhere and stop encouraging this man from making anything for a while. And he just needs to come back with something that's up to par to what he was doing before. Because, my goodness, holy crap, he's doing too many craps with movies. Okay, I'm going now. Bye.